You should actually be playing a video now. This is Stephen. We'll just have to see. I'm waiting for all the connections to be made. And interestingly, if I go over here, I need to press play. It's all a learning experience. And today I'm going live to YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Periscope, Mixer, and Facebook again. And I'll be seen on screen in approximately 32 seconds. Take your seats, grab a cup of coffee or tea or a glass of water or whatever else you drink, and join me live for about 20 minutes. And yes, it's Saturday. I know it's Saturday, but I thought I'd go live because I can. So hello friends, and you'll see the countdown turn green in a moment, which means I've got to get ready to come on camera, and you'll see me on camera in no time at all. Here I am on camera, and we'll say goodbye to the penguins for now, and that's me on screen. And as I said, I am broadcasting out to oodles of places. If you actually see me live, then please do say hello. I'm grateful to a gentleman called Brian Marcel, who was in London on April the 23rd, and he had his camera with him. And he was able to walk around the deserted streets of London and photograph, well, nothing really. The buildings are there, but there was no traffic at all as he walked around the area. And I can see that Twitch has joined me, so hello Twitch. And if you're watching on Facebook, please do say hello. The Twitch bots have said hello, so I know that we're actually broadcasting. Oh, thank you. And Stroke TV loves BeLive TV. Brilliant. Thank you, Aaron. This is the BeLive TV studio that you can see all around me. And at the moment, whilst we're all in quarantine, and you sometimes forget that we are, you can use BeLive.tv, B.live for free. And you can have two people on screen, and you can just broadcast to the world on Facebook and YouTube anytime you like, as often as you like. So that's the offer from BeLive, and you can't get better than free. And thousands upon thousands of people have taken advantage of the BeLive offer and broadcasting live on Facebook and YouTube. As I sit here now, I've got a quiz for you. It's not a very complicated quiz. The quiz is, can you recognize where I am now? Where is that? Do you know? You should do. So I'm waiting for comments to come through. I'm going to go over to Facebook, to my own profile, and hopefully I'm broadcasting there. Okay, and I can't see that. Okay, all good. Well, I'm using, obviously, the BeLive Studio, which is where I am, and I'm also broadcasting through Restream.io, and that allows me to actually go to 30 different places at the same time. I'm not that greedy, so I'm going to about 8 or 9 at the moment, including Facebook groups and Facebook business pages and my own profile. If I don't reply to a comment, then it's because I've missed it, and I do apologize. And watching in a Facebook group, woohoo, from Stroke TV. Thank you, Stroke TV. And it's good to have somebody watching. It makes all the difference, and I thank you for that. Now, these photographs behind me form part of a set of photographs by Brian Marcel, which I will be showing on the show on Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. in the UK, which is normally broadcasting to your community with David Burrows and Stephen Healey. But next Monday, it's broadcasting to your community with Stephen Healey, because David's somewhere else. So if you'd like to join me on the show on Monday, this is your invitation to do so. You can join me live on screen and we can talk about building and broadcasting to your community. I always get the two mixed up, building and broadcasting, because they're part of the same thing, really. So that's why I'm here, is to actually talk about the broadcast on Monday, but also to say that it's very difficult at the moment because weekdays and weekends, there's very little difference between them, and you've got to stay focused to actually know, because every day is the same. Every day is the same. I mean, we go on different walks every day, and we've got about 7 or 8 favourite walks around the area, so that when we go out for an hour or so, we can actually get some fresh air. I'm looking forward to that this week because it's stopped raining now. So if you've not heard of me before, I suppose what I could do is I could put my name on screen. Okay, so there we have it in purple. And you'll notice a bit of fraying at the edges on the green screen. This is how I should look if I was in my studio, but I prefer to actually use a green screen in the background. And to show that we're international, we've had hellos from the States, and now we get a hello from the UK, and from Roland Millward, who is in the UK, most definitely, and a good friend, real world friend of many years. And also, he is famous for many things, but one thing he is famous for is that when Blab TV arrived back in October 2016, Roland and I were the first 2 people to do a duet. We didn't sing, but we did go live, 2 of us on screen. It's part of BeLive's history, and it's always good when Roland's able to watch us. And Roland is watching from Periscope, so Periscope is working. So I'm going to take that comment off the screen, and again, comment coming from in the group, and I'm going to guess that it is in fact Stroke TV, and I'll put a link to the show tomorrow. I'll create the show tomorrow. And Roland is saying that he's frayed at the edges. Frayed, yes. I think we're all frayed at the edges at the moment. I think that's the problem is actually, I mean, I've gotten back into, one thing this has done is I've got back into programming. Because I've been doing live video for the last 4 years, and doing the courses on Udemy and doing the broadcasts and working for BeLive. And now I've got not essentially free time, but time I can actually spend creating software, which is why I've been busy creating. If I go on the right screen, I'll get it. I've been busy creating countdown screens. And that's a second countdown screen. I've got one with penguins on, I've got one with swans on, I've got one with cars on, and my pastime now is actually creating countdown screens, because there is a problem here. I'll come back to me. I'm multicasting, and when you go live on Periscope, on YouTube, on Twitch, on Mixer, on Vimeo, there's going to be different handshake times connecting with those systems. So you do need a countdown screen which says, okay, I've got a 30-second countdown, I'll be with you in 30 seconds, and then you know that all the streams you connected to are actually gone live, because you run the risk of actually starting the greatest speech you've ever made and nobody's listening, which is not good. So countdown screens are going to become de rigueur in the near future. And comment coming in, I'm from North Bay, California, 1 hour north of San Francisco. I was talking to Raven Blair Glover about an hour ago about a project that she's starting, which I'm not allowed to name, so I won't say that, but it's always a joy to actually speak to Raven. And she's talking about a project she's putting together, and she's in Central Time, I think. And San Francisco is Pacific time, which means that it's just, it's 11:21 where you are, and 17:21 where we are in the UK, because I am not at Buckingham Palace, obviously. If I can find it, I am here, and here is Devizes, and Devizes is a small town in Wiltshire, very close to Stonehenge. Right, and okay, and we're joined by Jerry from Austin, Texas. Thank you. We are traveling the States, and we go on to our next one, Jerry Walt, and then a long-time friend from the Blab days, Bobby Stamps, saying hello from Huntington Beach, California. I wish I could say. And people are saying hello to each other, which is the brilliant thing. And I've got to say that I'm quite taken by Restream.io and the ability to broadcast to several different destinations, but it's right, and it's 11:24 a.m. in California. So you're just heading towards midday. I'm heading towards 8 p.m. But we still managed to get together on live video, and that's the thing that I enjoy. That live video does in fact span the whole of the globe. I'm going to take a comment off screen now. Okay. So we covered Monday. I'll post a link to Monday after. It's now 1:20. So 11:24 in California, 1:25 in Austin, and Roland would agree that it's 17:25 or 19:25 in the UK. Okay, so I hope you're all coping with the lockdown. It's the same the world over. We're restricted to being at home, apart from being able to go out once a day for exercise and once a day, well, infrequently for shopping. And you're all keeping well. I mean, one of the things that we have is that we're tied in with live video and have been for many years. So it's not changed our daily routine over much, but there are people it has, and there are people who are in a situation which we wouldn't want to be in. So best wishes and support to everybody who's going through the suffering from the virus at the moment, and the numbers are horrendous, really. It's like living in a horror movie, and we're part of it. We're a central part of it, but fortunately we're in the minor roles, as it were. And one of the things that we're looking forward to is to lockdown being lifted, and we're going to find out in the UK next week what our government plans are for that. Rumour has it that social distancing will go from 2 meters to 1 meter, which will start to allow businesses to go back to work. And okay, and an announcement from Jerry is Stroke TV is grateful to BeLive team for all the new autumn features. They just keep doing it, Jerry. They really do sort of surprise us with the things that can actually be done. I'm along with yourself and Aaron actually testing something which will be released in the coming weeks, and we know what's coming down the pipeline on BeLive, and it's all very exciting, all very hush hush, but for everything they do for us, it's absolutely brilliant. And I mean, the situation now is that, as we could with version 1, we can now just go live, and at the drop of a hat you can go live anytime, as I'm doing today, and you can talk about anything you want, and it just works so well. Now, because I'm broadcasting through Restream, I cannot today invite anybody on camera because I'm still working. I know I'm amongst friends. It's okay. I know, I could tell you, but I can't. I can't even hint at it. Okay. I've got to be good. There's always a temptation to spill the beans, but I'm going to resist today. Where was I? I've lost my train of thought. This happens to me occasionally. I'm trying to do several things at one time. Restream makes this very easy though. Yeah, because I'm on restream.io, I can't invite guests on. I've not perfected the art of having two people on BeLive and then going out to Restream yet. And I don't want you to suffer, so I'm practicing at the moment. Just as a note though, if you do go to restream.io, they are currently testing, I can show you now. This is me without BeLive. They're currently testing the ability to have, well, me on camera. This feed is coming through directly from the live studio on restream.io. So this is not connected to BeLive at all. And this is how I'm able to go out to all those different destinations. But they've got an interesting button underneath the screen that I can see now, which says invite guests. At the moment it reads, guests coming soon, become our beta tester and be among the first to invite guests via the Restream Studio. Now, Restream Studio goes out at a higher res than BeLive, but at the moment it is, oh, I started something there. It is one person only, but they are bringing on more people. I know 2 to 4, so I can spill the beans on that bit. And okay, I've got a question. Okay, I was asked this the other day by somebody else. That's a good one. I run the live video hub. I do the Udemy course. I do one-off videos solving problems for people. I do support in the BeLivers group. I do support on a one-to-one basis. I'm an all-round, if you've got a problem, a procedural problem, then I'm there to help. I've got courses which help. I've got myself, and basically I am sort of a go-to person because I've got good question, says, all right. Yeah, in fact, there is, which you can apply to join. There is a group called the BeLive Closed Focus Group, which you can join, and there you get to know, and you get to test it as well. So join that group. VP, Vice President of what? No, I'm pure and simple. I actually subcontract to BeLive. My title, I'm just a... Who needs a title? Titles tie you down. And Jerry's VP for the Stroke Foundation. Serious point. Okay, so I don't have a title as such, although the guy who runs the live video hub would be pretty close. I manage the live video hub for BeLive. As I say, I've got the Udemy courses and the support and the live broadcasts that I do, and generally cheering people on and helping people achieve success on BeLive is basically what I'm about. Okay, it's weekend, and maybe we can give you a title. I don't. You can suggest one, but I won't necessarily be honor bound to actually use it. It's simple to say. Okay, maybe we can give you a title. Very kind of you, but I'm happy with that one. And this is all right. Okay, message coming through from Twitch. Okay, so we are combining today broadcasts to YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Periscope, Mixer, and if you make a comment, then I shall do my best to actually answer it wherever you are, because I can see comments from everywhere, because this is restream.io. I'm just going to share my screen again, just to show you how effective this is. If I go to share my screen, and I pick up the Chrome tab with my studio, and change, well, now you can now see that I'm actually live in my studio, and I've got some new messages. Titles give people like me an idea what we're responsible for. I'm not gainsaying titles. I'm just saying that general factotum about covers it. So no, I don't have. I have a brief, but it's a wandering brief. So that's the way it is. Okay. Okay, all good. Is there anything else I can show you? Okay. I'm going to take, right. Okay. Is that a video? Okay, you will catch me. Oh, I forgot something I actually do. You will catch me live in the BeLivers group at 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. British Summer Time every Tuesday. If you've got any questions at all about BeLive, that's another thing I do. I do live training in BeLive. So, okay, and thanks so much for joining. Take care. Have a great weekend, and stay safe. And goodbye for now. And I'm going to come back to me on camera by removing that. Okay, so I just came live yet again because I can, and it's been a pleasure talking to everybody, and it's always a pleasure. All right, okay. And the rumor is on the street in California is you're the global ambassador for BeLive. That's very kind of you to say, and gratefully received, and it's a title I will wear with honor. Thank you for that. One of the things is that I got a message today. I have the opportunity to actually speak to people, not just inside the BeLivers group, but in Facebook Messenger. And people will connect to me and ask me all sorts of questions, and occasionally sing the praises of BeLive. And today was one of those days when somebody just dropped in and said, okay, I'd like to say thank you. And that makes it all worthwhile. And so I'm happy with the rumors on the street. I don't have a problem with that at all. That's good. So yeah, I mean, global ambassador, let's just put that up, and I'm gonna frame that, I think. In fact, I'll come back to the camera. There it is. I can actually take a screenshot of that. I just need to pose. Right, okay. So that should be enough to take a screenshot. One of the things I do after each show, which is, I think, a good idea. Let's come back to sharing the screen. Yeah, I'll share the screen again and go over to the Chrome tab. One of the things I do after the show is I download the video from BeLive in HD, and then I've got a magic program that actually creates thumbnails automatically. 100 thumbnails from every video in HD, and then you can repurpose them. And I'll post the name of that when I remember what it is. It is essentially an amazing toolkit which I use. One day I will sit down and I will write a list of all the hardware I'm using and all the software that I actually use, and I'll put it out as a toolkit, really, for people. I mean, when I started this, this is a true story. When I started this, I had a PC with 6 gig of RAM, an internal camera, and an internal microphone, and we went live on Blab, and it was the best ever. And this is 5 years ago, and we thought it was top quality. It was the best thing we'd ever seen. until we saw something better. And we've lived through about several different systems over the last 4 or 5 years, and only 2 of those are alive now. One is BeLive and the other is Lightstream. Everybody else had disappeared, dropped by the wayside. Even Blue Jeans were sold out the other week. So, right, I digress. I'm just happy that we are where we are. Bond, Stephen Bond. That's Angelica had a post today on the Bond theme, and she said, "This is Davy, Angelica Davy." So I said, "Ich heiße Healey, Stephen Healey." So that's very topical today, is the Bond stuff. Yep. And we've got a smile, raise the smile, which is good, and got a yep as well. So brilliant. Yeah, so I'm live at the weekend. Can't tell the weekdays from the weekends at the moment. So it's always a pleasure to go live and just to have a chat. And I'll be around next week. I'm around on Monday, as you know, broadcasting to your community. Around with Fonz on Tuesday. And Fonz is releasing his book. Fonz Chamberlain in Cambridge releases his book. His book's out tomorrow. So Fonz has got a book out tomorrow. He's also got the Cambridge Historian series, starts tomorrow night. It starts tomorrow 1 p.m. Eastern. Catch Fonz in his show. And then on Wednesday, Tuesday late, I'm in the BeLive group, said earlier. Wednesday, I don't know yet, not decided. Thursday is Blabbing for Britain. And of course, inspired by him video. I was speaking to John earlier, and I think we've got it sorted out. Oh yeah, I mean, that was where the magic began, Bobby, because everybody was helping everybody else. And that ethos, the video ethos, the live video ethos of actually sharing experiences. I have no idea what happened there. If you're watching me a moment ago, my internet just went and then came back. This is live broadcasting. You never know what's going to happen. And it blinked somewhere in the internet sphere. And right, okay. And question that came in just before I disappeared. Why is it not showing my name, just Facebook user? Basically, you need to click a link, which I'll give to you over this weekend. Click that link once and it's done. And then it will show your picture and your name. And that's a Facebook requirement. Facebook don't want BeLive to know who you are unless you give permission. And what you're doing is giving explicit permission for BeLive to show you a photograph and your name. And that's got to be done for each of the broadcasters you work with. It's the same on StreamYard. You've got permission to StreamYard to do that as well. And Zoom have got to have permission. So, if you're watching the broadcast earlier, I'd just like to say thank you. It's Saturday night in the UK. It's heading up towards 8 o'clock, which means it's pizza time. So I've got to go and cook the pizza and also pour the Guinness. So thank you for watching. Take care, everybody. I'll see you probably on Monday. Tomorrow's a gardening day. It's going to be a sunny day in the UK, so it's out in the garden, cutting the grass. You know what that's like, mowing the lawn. And I'm going to just get in the fresh air because we're not going to get any rain tomorrow. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now. That's a wrap.